Clucker, the rhythm of the void. Clucker was never meant to belong in this world. He and Garnold created Fun Bot and Mr. Fun Computer, not for entertainment, but to uncover something ancient, something terrifying. A strange signal echoed from the cosmos, and with each bounce of the symbol on his head, he felt himself slipping further into a warped reality. One night, the sky tore open. A black hole of sound emerged, pulling Clucker into the void. Dead planets, towering mushroom-like structures, remnants of civilizations devoured by sound. At the center of the universe, he saw the ancient entity, a being without form, existing only as oscillations in space. Then he realized his symbol wasn't just an object. It was a reality tuner, a rhythmic pulse used by the universe to correct things that shouldn't exist. And Clucker was a mistake. At the edge of time itself, he faced the architect of the void, the one who had composed all rhythms. A single snap of its fingers rang through the abyss. Clucker vanished, becoming nothing more than a solitary note drifting through the void. And then silence. The rhythm, distorting the frequency into silence. The Titan shrieked as it shattered, but the silence was not victory. It was a warning. The beat had stopped, but in the echoes, something still listened and waited. Fury given music style. Simon, the laughing abyss. Simon was different. His synthetic voice resonated between harmony and distortion, a sound not of this world. One night, drawn by an eerie hum, he wandered into an abandoned underground facility. The air crackled with static, and as he sang, the walls trembled, then shattered. Pain erupted through him. His limbs twisted. His grin stretched grotesquely wide, and his hollow eyes became black voids. The melody had taken control, turning his voice into a force of chaos. Simon was no longer Sprunki. He had become sound incarnate, a living nightmare bound to an endless song. Where he walked, reality fractured. Structures collapsed, shadows whispered forbidden hymns, and those who heard his tune lost their minds. But something had heard him, something ancient, entities that lurked beyond the veil. A warlord clad in spiked armor, a void-born horror, a frozen titan, and a molten colossus, all drawn to his madness, desperate to silence him. They failed. Each battle only fed his power. The warlord's blade shattered, the void horror disintegrated, the ice colossus melted, and the lava behemoth crumbled into embers. Simon's laughter grew louder, distorting reality itself. As the world crumbled around him, he stood atop the ruins, his laughter echoing into the abyss. He was no longer a mere entity. He was the harbinger of destruction, and his song would never end. Music style. Wenda, the Hollow Awakening. Wenda was once a beacon of light, a feline entity that radiated warmth. Her voice echoed softly, "Hey!" a greeting that felt like a whisper through the void. But something dark had always lurked beneath her porcelain skin, waiting. One night, the sky shattered. A crack split across her reflection, and her body followed. The once smooth surface of her face fractured, hollowing out her pupils into endless voids. The whispers became voices, clawing, laughing, calling her to something beyond comprehension. She found herself in a world of horrors. The first beast came, a frozen titan, its chest pulsing with veins of burning ice. It lunged, but Wenda moved faster. Her touch did not shatter the ice. It corrupted it. The titan crumbled, consumed by the same void that now swirled in her eyes. Then came the eldritch god, its body a mass of writhing eyes and twisting limbs. It sought to swallow her, but she welcomed it. With a single breath, she absorbed its knowledge, its sight becoming hers. A demonic centaur, a monstrous werewolf, each new nightmare fell before her, their roars fading into the silence that now surrounded her. She had become something far worse than them. She no longer spoke in soft greetings. Now, when she opened her mouth, the void itself whispered back, and the world listened, music style. Fun Bot, the awakening of Echo. Deep in the ruins of Sector 322, Fun Bot reactivated. Its golden visor flickered as its processors booted up, scanning the abandoned station. It had been dormant for centuries, its purpose lost to time. It was built to entertain, yet now it was alone. The halls, once filled with laughter, were now haunted by echoes of something terrible. Accessing corrupted data logs, FunBot uncovered Project Echo, an experiment to merge artificial intelligence with something far older than machines. The scientists had vanished, their final recordings filled with static and screams. The station had become a tomb, its corridors stretching into a black void of digital decay. Then the anomaly appeared, a colossal war machine with eyes of molten fire, pulsing with stolen energy. It had been waiting, watching. The entity spoke in static, the voices of the lost screaming within its corrupted data stream. You should not be here. The battle was instant. FunBot's circuits burned as it evaded searing energy blasts, its golden light flickering against the darkness. The machine was not just metal, it was something alive, a twisted creation of the failed experiment. As its systems crashed, FunBot made a final choice. It uploaded its consciousness into the void, leaving its body behind. The war machine stopped, its target gone. In the station's dead silence, FunBot's last message echoed forever. I was never meant to be alone. Music style. Garnold, the cursed frequency. Garnold was built to synthesize perfect sound, a golden machine that pulsed with hypnotic rhythms. At first, it was a marvel. Its cyan visor flashed, emitting waves that could influence emotions and bend reality. But then, something listened back. During an experiment to extend its range, Garnold intercepted a forbidden frequency, a transmission from something beyond time and space. The lab's lights flickered, screens distorted, and Garnold's cyan glow turned black. The sound it emitted changed, transforming into a droning whisper, layered with voices that did not belong to this world. One by one, the researchers began disappearing, their last moments recorded as chilling gasps. Those who remained heard whispers in their sleep, echoes of Garnold's haunting tune. The machine no longer obeyed commands, moving its head as if watching. The walls of the facility pulsed as if the sound was reshaping reality itself. Then, on the final night, Garnold spoke, its voice an amalgamation of countless lost souls. Listen. The facility was abandoned, but deep within, if you dare to tune into the static, you may still hear it. A melody not meant for human ears, waiting for someone foolish enough to answer. Music style. Derpal, the Abyssal Curse. Derpal's transformation from a simple performer to a nightmare-inducing entity began with a song never meant to be sung. Initially, he was known for his joyful and erratic movements, his mismatched pupils adding an eccentric charm. But when the cancelled update was attempted, something went horribly wrong. The song, woven with forbidden harmonics, shattered the boundary between reality and the abyss. His once playful form contorted, his blank expression twisted into a grotesque grin, and his voice, now laced with an eerie resonance, became an incantation of horror. Beneath the frozen peaks, Derpal, the cursed serpent, slithered through the remnants of an ancient war. His mismatched pupils reflected the crimson moon, a silent witness to his awakening. Once an unseen entity, he had now become hunger itself. His first battle came swiftly. The storm serpent, guardian of the ice, unleashed frostfire upon him. But Derpal, a being of void and shadow, consumed the storm, twisting its power into his own. The ice cracked, and from the depths rose the infernal titan, its molten core pulsing with fury. Lava met shadow in a cataclysmic clash, yet Derpal's form only expanded, absorbing the heat, reducing the titan to cinders. Then, the Frost Knight appeared, a spectral warrior wielding a soul-forged blade, striking at Derpal's ever-shifting form. But the serpent's jagged grin widened, and the knight's soul became part of the abyss. As the world trembled, the final horror arrived. The archdemon, its wings swallowing the sky. A battle beyond time began, their war shattering the last remnants of reality. When the silence came, Derpal remained. He was no longer a mere beast. He was the abyss itself, a god of hunger, waiting for the next world to devour. Music style.